Another day, another bit of Star Wars news, and a whole bunch of what the heck is going on with Episode 9. It's been very interesting finding out just a lot of things that went on behind the scenes, and I'm not trying to be negative here, but yeah, it just seems like J.J. Abrams himself specifically had no idea what to do with Star Wars beyond pay homage to it. So yeah, what happened? So far, we have a Daisy Ridley interview that's off of Jimmy Kimmel Live, and she's talking about the secret process of her parents and what happened between episode 7, 8, and 9. And what we really honestly know now, which is probably a lot of things we all speculated based off of The Force Awakens, is they were toying around with Rey being a Kenobi in episode 7, potentially having that connection. And I'll get to why I think that would have been great later on, even though the familial connection thing isn't exactly what I had hoped for in the end. And then she goes on to talk about, first it was toyed that she was going to be this person, potentially connected to Kenobi, and then it was official that she was nobody for The Last Jedi, and that was that. And then all the craziness happened with episode 9, Trevorrow left, JJ stepped in, they had 2 years to make it, they brought back Palpatine, and when it was pitched to Rey, they said, hey, you're going to be Palpatine's granddaughter. She thought it was great. And then all of a sudden, maybe a little bit later, it was actually no, maybe not. So as a fan of Star Wars that, likes the majority of Star Wars movies, I like 3 movies out of the new Disney canon. And for the most part, I like every single previous Star Wars film. But learning about this just frustrates me as a guy that supports the sequels, at least the first 2, in moments of the Rise of Skywalker. But man, I think it's strange to continue to go down the route of let's figure it out as we go. And I think this is the result. I mean, it's just a bad plan of action. Figure it out as we go isn't exactly something I want anybody else to do besides a jam band. You know what I'm saying? I don't want winging it anymore. And as much as I respect these directors for what they've achieved, I just can't defend their approach. And I'm not talking about Rian Johnson. I have nothing bad to say about Rian Johnson. If you think that's stupid, go eat a donkey. So yeah, basically, it's interesting hearing Rey and a lot of other people come out from the sequel trilogy talking about the mess that it was. Specifically the final movie, because nobody knew what to do and how to pick up the pieces. After, Carrie Fisher died, Rian Johnson kind of left it open into the hands of somebody that doesn't know how to close anything out. And, the weirdest thing about this is JJ didn't even need to make Rey connected to Palpatine by bloodline. They could tell the same exact story of Rey in The Rise of Skywalker without the connection. She's just being manipulated and, pulled to the dark side emotionally and giving in to temptation. That's an interesting story without just being but you're a Palpatine. It's just silly. And I love Palpatine in The Rise of Skywalker, but it's just useless. So yeah, I look at The Rise of Skywalker as a side story now, if that makes sense to you guys. It's not a great cap to the entire trilogy at all. Or even the entire Star Wars saga. I admit it, it's not. It's the way it is. I'm not going to dwell on it, but just hearing all this news is frustrating. So what I want to finally wrap this up with is just talking about the original possible Kenobi connection. And I just think if they did go a Kenobi connection route, it would have made a lot of sense in the final film in a way of reforging the Kenobi Skywalker bond, right? They became a dyad, but Revenge of the Sith ended with Obi-Wan taking out Anakin Skywalker. One was on the light side, one was on the dark. We have that same predicament in TFA, and by the end when they duel, that relationship is reforged and rebuilt. It'd be an interesting story, but we didn't get that, and this is what we got. So I'm curious as to what you all think about all of this news still coming out over and over again about the sequel trilogy actors being kind of confused and told one thing and then it's another thing, and that's X, Y, and Z. It's unfortunate, but hey, it is the way it is. AdAdChat is signing off.